Hello and welcome back to the Sugar Show. This is the Shelter in Place edition. And I wanted to welcome you all back. Welcome my guests. I have Myra and Raunette. They are educators, hi girls, with Sweet and True Sugaring. But Myra contacted me and said, do you know that we have this whole the SugarTribe group? And we actually are very, very skilled with therapeutic grade essential oils and helping people release their anxieties, which, hello, that's perfect for this podcast and perfect for our SugarTribe. So thanks for coming on. Girls, if you could introduce yourselves and let them know what your superpowers are in addition to sugaring, that would be awesome. Myra, let's start with you.
Okay, well, thanks for having us, Shannon. My name's Myra Aviles. I'm an esthetician for about 20 years now and started working with essential oils in 2008 and incorporating it into our treatments and our lives and spreading the love to all of our clients and friends and family. So we'd love to share it with all of you. And then Raunette has been doing this with me for some time. So Raunette, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for having us on here. We are all about organic, natural, plant-based products. And so essential oils for me just go hand in hand with aesthetics work. I can't live without them, honestly. From my home life to my treatment room to my emotional support. So we're going to give you some tips and tricks to help with what's going on in the world right now, and then we can rejoin again later and go over the treatment room and how we incorporate them fully into our clients' lives and how we introduce that. But right now with Shelter in Place, we feel it's important to go over the antiviral oils, in particular the Thieves line, and then we'll go into some emotional release products that we're all using, and then also we'll go through a little emotional release with essential oils, basically a little treatment that you can do on people and yourself when you're feeling really overwhelmed with anxiety right now.
Well, that's perfect timing. So stay through to the end for those of you that are walking, your dog right now. Maybe you're just quarantined and you're in your room by yourself and you just need to release a little bit. We are here for you with that activity. So for those of you that are wondering, I have my diffuser, my USB diffuser, and hopefully you all have a diffuser in your home. And so Myra, will you talk about what we can be doing right now to keep our homes clean, keep ourselves healthy, no matter what oils we happen to have, of course, that are therapeutic grade? Talk about what that means and what we could be doing with, maybe the things that I just have at home in my medicine cabinet from Young Living specifically.
Well, my favorites from the essential oil line Young Living that we use is the Thieves line. It's a blend of lemon and clove and cinnamon. There's a lot of different antibacterial, antiviral type ingredients. They have hand sanitizer, household cleaner, which Shannon's holding up, and it's very concentrated, so a little goes a long way, and it's hospital strength disinfectant. There's all kinds of different things, cough drops and different sprays, hand soap, so laundry detergent, all within that line. But there's many oils that make up the Thieves line that you probably have around your house already. When you talk about therapeutic grade, Young Living is seed to seal, so we quality control everything, and we even send it out to third parties, and it's all our own farms, so there's nothing cutting it like alcohol or water or a diluted version of this essential oil. It's very powerful.
I want to jump in there for a moment, Myra. I've been working with these oils for a long time, and the reason why I got into using Young Living is because of that kind of seed to seal. So from the seed in the ground to they put it in the bottle, the purity and the efficacy of this company is just so amazing. And this isn't a pitch for Young Living. it's a testimonial, because my very best friend, she had a bone marrow transplant. Gosh, now we're on 14 years ago. And she is a walking testimonial to using meds and using oils. In fact, she was on Davis 8. UC Davis is a major medical center here, and she was on the Davis 8 floor. And I use air quotes for those of you that can't see in the podcast, because Davis 8 is like the girl in the bubble, right? Well, that many years ago, her mom is a massage therapist, and said, I don't care what you say, I'm using these oils on my daughter because you can't have any fragrance, you can't have any flowers, nothing. And at first, the doctors and nurses were like, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if we can do that. And she's like, well, trust me, it's like straight breathing lemon, into your lungs. And do you know that Davis 8 at the UC Davis Medical Center now uses Young Living oils as common practice on that floor?
That's amazing.
Yes. And I have nurses that work with oncology patients that use the oils in the hospital. So if it's good enough for UC Davis medical doctors, and it is good enough to keep my best friend alive, along with medicines, of course, rejection medicines and things like that, then I am happy to put it in my diffuser and have my children breathing it, and have myself, and I use it in my practice at Sugar Mamas. My girls are all breathing in oils. So I'm really glad that you brought up like just the purity of these oils, because if, like I said, if it's good enough for medical doctors, then it is good enough for me.
Yes, we have a lot of doctors in our group, nurses, different healthcare providers, teachers. It's safe for animals, kids. There's different ones that we can advise you on. There's a lot of knowledge out there, so you could be safe, but they are very effective. And there's really an oil for everything.
Yeah. So if you find yourself, you've got your oils diffusing, maybe you have lemon, maybe you have cinnamon or clove. If you don't have thieves on hand, we will be putting a link in the show notes for you to get these oils, so that it will be, easy for you to have them ship. Hopefully they keep shipping at the good pace that they're shipping. I just got my shipment in, so hopefully they can continue at that pace, because it does take a bit to put it all together. What can someone do, say they don't necessarily have the coronavirus, but they, start to kind of feel under the weather. Maybe they, just start to feel funky. Is there a couple of oils that you love specifically? I know what my go-tos are for my kids, but is there a couple of oils that, maybe someone should have on hand all the time for when they just feel a little bleh?
Absolutely. Well, Myra touched base on the thieves line, and if you don't have this blend in particular, the ingredients in it, Shannon mentioned a few, but they are clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So if you have any of those, they're really great to diffuse. You can put them on the bottoms of your feet. Some of the oils, when they are labeled white vitality, you can actually put them inside your body. So whether it's in a capsule or in water, I've been filling up my water every single day to the top with 2 drops of thieves, and I'm just constantly gargling and swallowing. Highly, highly antiviral, all of those. But there are several oils that are antiviral that you can be at least diffusing if you're, a little bit leery on how to use them. Diffusing is always safe. There's also supplements with this line. I always take Ninja Red in the morning. This is a very, very powerful antioxidant supplement. There's a lot that you can do as far as like right now they're saying to eat a lot of things with vitamin C, emergency, things like that. Keep your vitamin C up, keep your throat very moist. With the thieves line too, like they mentioned, there's the hand sanitizer. They have their surface spray. They have a lot of different products that you can just, if you do have to leave the house, you can take them in your pocket. You can use your sanitizer. I do my steering wheel. I'm cleaning my phone often right now. Any surface that I may have touched out and about, even in my house, I'm using the Thieves Household Cleaner. I'm making it extra strength right now. So if you're feeling under the weather and you have any of those are great, but any oil really diffusing or putting into a hot tea And what Shannon's talking about, the seed to seal, if you go to seedtoseal.com, you'll understand more in detail. The seeds are not altered. The soil has never been treated with chemicals. They have 20 farms worldwide. They've been around for 25 years. They hand weed all of their farms. They don't use any chemicals. They do their own distillation when the plants are at their strongest potency, so you're getting the most nutrients that your body can handle and absorb. And then they're packaging it and sending it to third-party testing, 3 labs before it's actually shipped to you. So those of you that are buying from Sprouts or Walmart or whatever, you're not getting quality, and I wouldn't ingest any of them, let alone breathe them in the diffuser. They're using a lot of synthetics and alcohol and the floral water, which is typically tossed as claiming it 100% pure. The FDA is not regulating because they're not assuming people are taking them internally. So this is not just for every brand across the board. So please, please don't do this. If you have something that you're not sure about, contact one of us and we can advise you. But a lot of times when we're feeling anxious and stressed, our immune system will go down. So I recommend turning off media, using your lavender oil at night, reading or watching something very calming, maybe a comedy even, just to raise your energy up. Don't get so sucked into the paranoia right now, because everybody has their own theories and what's going on, but we can control what's in our house. My little video phone. So a lot of times for me, when I'm not feeling well physically, I have to check in emotionally, because if I'm not doing well emotionally, my body starts responding. So that's, anything else you ladies have to add?
Well, you can also, just so people know, there's a few different ways you can work with oils. You can diffuse them, you can put them on topically, and you can ingest them. So depending on what you're aiming to address and the quality of the oil and if it's ingestible or not, you can pick a method.
I'm going to tell you, Myra, that when I was a younger mom and my children were small, with the thieves line, I was like, oh, I should put thieves on my son's chest, right? So in the middle of the night, I put thieves on his chest, and he's like, I think I'd even put like peppermint, like I was just dropping it, And I said, my son said, Mom, this feels kind of hot. It feels like it's burning me. I didn't know any different, right? So what do you tell that mom when her kid's like, Mom, this is burning me? I know the answer, but I'd love to hear you guys share what you do if you put something that's a little too spicy on your skin.
Yeah, like oregano is pretty strong, and different oils are a little spicy, so you want to cut them with some kind of carrier oil. It could be coconut oil, it could be the oil that Young Living sells. It's a little massage oil.
The V6 oil is good for dilution.
So I'll tell you what I did was I actually ran to the kitchen and I grabbed some really pure olive oil that I had. I put it in my hands and I gave him a very lovely massage. Sorry, baby. Sorry, mommy loves you. I didn't mean to make that too hot for your skin. So some of the oils are very, pardon me?
Spicy. I think a common mistake when they do feel that burning is that they go and add water, which enhances the burning. Mm-hmm. So never ever add water when an oil feels spicy on yourself, your kids, your client, perhaps. Just use a carrier oil to tone it down. So olive oil, whatever's close by.
Yep. What I had at the moment was olive oil. So I gave him a very lovely chest and neck massage and said, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to do that. But he felt better the next day and all was well. So thank you, oils. And thank you, Fast Action, to go grab the oil.
And by the way, the more that you use essential oils, the more you get comfortable. If you're just comfortable starting with lavender and using that for a week and then moving on to peppermint, like really getting to know the oil and how it works for you will get you more confident with sharing it with your family, your kids, whatever, your clients. You don't have to know them all. There's plenty of tools. There's apps that I use all the time. I have a lot of people text me, what do I do for migraines? Or what do I do for headaches, or what do I do for my sick child? And I just go to the app and I put in the ailments, and it will pop up the recipes for them, and I can screenshot and send it to them.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose, and that gives me, that protects me, and it gives them a tool. And I share that app with them. Hey, this app was $6, one-time fee. I use it every day.
Yep.
So, you don't have to know everything about essential oils to get started. You can start,
There's over 200.
there's, what's that?
There's over 200 oils in
Yeah.
our collection.
Yeah.
So Raunette, I have a question for you. I had a student, we did a live about this last night, and I had a student that contacted me, and she's like, I understand the hashtag we got this. I understand don't stop believing. I understand all of the mottos. And for some reason, I have anxiety, and I got teary. And we walked through it together, and I gave her some oil recommendations. But if you could walk us through the emotional piece, the piece where moms and dads are trying to really just keep it together because the unknown, is very scary. And as strong as, some of us may appear, that anxiety will creep in, or that fear of the unknown will creep in. So what are some good techniques that we can use for ourselves? And then later we'll talk about that when we come back to reopen, what we can be doing for our clients, or even virtually recommending to our clients through social media. What are just some good tips and tricks on how to just kind of emotionally release the kind of yuck that builds up?
Absolutely. And first of all, I think that it's good to acknowledge what we're feeling. We are all feeling the same emotions, just at different times. And the world is being united through this right now. So as scary as it is, it's not just one city. It's not just one continent. This is like a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
So when I start to freak out, because I do too, I start to think of people in different parts of the world that don't even have clean water, that don't have these oils, that don't have access to food like we do. I'm just super grateful that I'm in a first world country. But there's also techniques for emotional release. Specific emotions are stored in different parts of your body. And it's basically applied kinesiology, the same points that you're going to use for acupuncture. The book reference, if you would like to order this book, I highly recommend it. I've been studying Carolyn Mine for a while. I've had treatments with her. It's called Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils by Carolyn Mine. And I believe she even has an app now, which you don't have to carry this book around like I do. But I've come to work with a lot of people virtually right now. We're all feeling a lot of anxiety of the unknown, right? So if you do have an essential oil with you, I'm actually going to use the blend of joy. This is one of my favorites. Joy basically helps you to feel and recognize all the love around you. It kind of knocks the little wall down around your heart that we all have. There's several oils in this blend that you may have that you can use. Or if you have a lavender or something that's very calming for you, just go ahead and grab it. And you can also do this without the oil. I find personally for me that I shift a lot faster with the oils because they carry the frequency of the positive side of the emotion that we're gonna switch to. So I'm gonna walk you through releasing anxiety, and we're gonna shift into confidence. And you can do this any time of the day, with or without the oil. Your point is going to be, if you go to the middle of your rib cage where it ends, it's kind of squishy flesh, go ahead and go up to where it's hard again, the bone. This is where anxiety likes to store itself. If you're getting a lot of like stomach pain in this area, this is anxiety. So your joy oil, or whichever oils you have, let me just tell you what's in this really quick. It's tiny writing. Palmarosa, it's got Roman chamomile, tangerine, coriander, lemon, bergamot, ylang ylang, orange.
Lots of citrus.
If you have any of those, lots of uplifting. Citrus is going to be uplifting. So if you're feeling depressed, diffuse citrus. And people that aren't familiar with essential oils, everyone loves the smell of citrus, so it's safe. So whenever you're using an oil, you never want to touch the top. You want to take some deep inhalations. Just the sense of smell opens the limbic center of the brain. This is where your emotions and past memories are stored, good and bad. So oftentimes when you smell something, it'll bring up a past memory, and that's because it's opening the limbic center of your brain. So always inhaling first. Take your left hand. This is your receiving hand. Drop 2 drops. Sometimes more will come out. Activate with 2 of your fingers clockwise, like a little paintbrush. I want you to get up under your shirt and touch your skin right above your solar plexus, that whole area, with those 2 fingers. And then I want you to inhale the oil in the other hand. Take some deep inhalations. Okay, you can already, just by smelling it, you're going to feel kind of your shoulders go down. You're going to feel your breath gets deeper. I want you to focus on breathing it deep into the lower recesses of your lungs. Deep, deep breaths. I like to hold a little bit, allowing all of my lungs to fill with this powerful healing blend. Now, your words, all of them, are a prayer. Everything you put out, you're asking for. So your verbal affirmation to release anxiety is going to be peace, be still. So we're going to breathe it in 3 times. We're going to say with intent, peace, be still. Okay, so deep inhalation. Peace,
Peace,
be still. And breathing again. Peace, be still. Deep inhalation all together.
Peace, be still.
Peace, be still. Good. And then taking those 2 fingers, activating again clockwise, you're going to touch your forehead where your hair and your forehead start. If you're a guy, where they should start if you're receding. Take some deep inhalation. Peace, be still. Deep inhalation. Peace, be still. One more. Peace, be still. Okay, and then activate clockwise. This time, base of your neck where your hair and your neckline connect. 3 more. Peace, be still. Again. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. And then rubbing your hands together, cupping your mouth and nose, just taking some really, really deep inhalations. I want you to imagine a bright white light going into that point, right in that solar plexus area. This bright light is coming in, filling you up with joy, filling you up with confidence, filling you up with light, enough to share, enough for the world to feel, enough for you to just, be okay with where you're at right now. And knowing that if you're really stressed, if you just say out loud or write down things that you're grateful for, fear cannot exist with gratitude. So I strongly believe that we get to choose how we feel, no matter the situation. We get to say, okay, thank you so much. I feel that, but I'm going to shift over here. This is where I want to be. This is what my family needs. This is what the world needs. So I'm going to shift out of that. So we have that way of shifting that can make it happen a lot faster. So feel free to use that anytime, and that tool. And there's several other points that we can work with that I'm happy to help you with. If there's physical ailments happening, new pains, or consistent things coming up for you emotionally, we can release those if you want to let go of it.
Oh, Raunette, I wish that they could smell my office right now. And I hope that you all took a moment, or you're going to rewind this and do this exercise, because my shoulders relaxed. I just felt myself kind of sinking into the chair a little bit, and it just felt like all was possible.
Yes, and if you're driving or something, you don't have the oil on hand, you can just press that point, and maybe there's someone in a car or you're in the office, you can think it. Peace, be still. You get to shift out of that. Yeah.
It really does
So.
work. And it really just, you feel, like I said, just like your whole body just kind of relaxes for a moment. And if you wanted to, the kids are making you crazy, or, something's just happening at the moment, you just feel like your whole body release. And what a powerful, easy exercise for us all to do. And we'll talk more
Yeah, and
about
can
how.
I say just one more thing, Shannon?
Absolutely.
One thing that's been coming up for me, that, we really, really only have today anyways.
Mhm.
Okay. So we get to choose today what we're going to do, what we're going to feel, even if that's like taking it minute by minute right now, just hour by hour, that's totally fine. So I believe the world is being consciously shifted and united. And this is a time for us to go within and just kind of revisit where we're at and things that we want to change and grow on, and just really put out positive affirmations into the world right now and ask for help. Ask out loud for me, I speak to my guardian angels. Perhaps you speak to your house plants or your animal, whatever it is. Just when you're feeling the worst, put the most positive affirmations out. And that's just going to help the whole collective right now.
It makes a difference. I know my puppies are happier when I diffuse my oils, and I know my kids are not as fearful because I'm staying positive and I'm keeping the oils going. So thank you both for being here. And I would like to invite you to, if you will do more of these little blips and put them inside the SugarTribe, just giving us more tools together as a sugar community. It's our little niche, I know, but together as a sugar community, we can help ourselves while we're at home and learn from you all, and then turn around and be even better when we come back. The small gift of this time, I didn't realize it would be a gift until we really started noticing the gifts, and the gift of just today, and learning from you and learning from each other. So if you would come into the tribe and just do little exercises here and there that people can use to release, I would really appreciate it. And I know that the tribe would as well. And if you're in your kitchen and you're, diffusing something, a new recipe, if you could share that with us in the tribe, that would be great. Because sometimes it's fun to hear new recipes, and I'd really appreciate that too. And I know that the group would appreciate that as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we are going to be putting in the show notes the link for you to quickly access some oils. With Young Living, there is a membership. You can buy the oils directly, but you can also, there is a membership if you wanted to get to be a part of that. The girls will guide you through that if you have any questions, as well as the Aroma Tribe is their private group once you become a part of their world, and it is very, very informative. So I'm just grateful that you can share your knowledge with all of us.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Myra.
Thank you for having us.
Spreading positivity.
Thank you all. We got this. We got this, and we're going to smell amazing at the end of this as well.
Yes. Stay elevated, stay lifted. The world needs it right now.
That's right. The world needs it. All right, my loves. I look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. I look forward to seeing you in the next class, and stay strong. We got this.